As Shakespeare once said, "But he that filches from my good name robs me of that which not enriches him, and makes me poor indeed." Being aware of the information on your credit report could be the difference between getting that loan, getting that job, or even having your identity stolen. According to my audience analysis, half of you have checked your credit report in the last year, while the other half had not. Two of you have been victims of identity theft. Half of you were not aware of how to check your credit reports, while the other half seemed a little misguided as to how to actually get those three important credit reports. I've worked in banking and finance for 12 years, and my last position involved credit education. Throughout the next several minutes, I'm going to tell you more about what a credit report involves, the effects of not checking your credit reports, and how and why you need to protect yourself. First, I'll tell you what a credit report involves. Your credit history. So that is any credit that you've had over your lifetime. Your bill payment history, and if your accounts are in good standing, or maybe they're 30, 60, 90 days late. Your available credit. For instance, if you have a credit card with a credit limit of $1,000, but you've used that $1,000, meaning it's maxed out, then you have zero available credit. And then it also shows collections, judgments, bankruptcies, things like that. So let's talk about what can happen if you don't check your credit report. According to the United States Department of Justice, identity theft is when someone wrongfully obtains your personal information for their own personal gain. Now, this can happen many different ways, and I'm just going to touch on two ways. One is called shoulder surfing, and this is when someone inconspicuously listens to a private conversation and overhears personal information. This could happen if you're at a restaurant or at school, in a cafeteria, anywhere where people can be around, and you're maybe calling your credit card company to find out what you have available. And a lot of those automated systems now have it where you can verbally speak your account number. Well, you need to be careful as to who's around, because these people are professionals and they can get that information. Another way is called dumpster diving. And this is where you maybe throw away your old bank statements, you throw away those pre-approved credit card offers that come in the mail, and then they come and they take that and they sign up for credit cards in your name, things like that. I'm going to show you a chart from money.cnn.com, and what this shows is identity theft victims from 2008 to 2013. So there was a large decline from 2009 to 2010, but from there, the amount of victims have increased significantly over the past 4 years. Over a million from 2010 to 2011, a million from 2011 to 2012, and 500,000 from 2012 to 2013. So this is definitely showing a rise of identity theft. Another reason that you need to check your credit report is to check for any errors. Sometimes a loan officer can spell your name wrong, and now you have a new identity. Also, some companies maybe don't update your credit report when you pay off a loan. So if you got a car loan 5 years ago and last year you paid it off and you didn't check to see if that was updated, and then you go to get a new loan, they might say, well, you used to have a balance on this loan, but you know you don't. So there was a study done in 2013 by the Federal Trade Commission that found that 21% of consumers found errors on their credit reports. 13% found errors that were significant enough that they had affected the credit score, which some companies won't give you a loan if your credit score is not a 700 or something like that. So you want to make sure and be aware of that. 5% had errors bad enough to be denied credit. Now, 5% might not seem like that much, but when there's 313 million people in the United States, that's 15 million people that are being denied credit because of errors. According to consumerfinance.gov, credit report errors can hinder you from getting a job. They can hinder you from getting an apartment. They can hinder you from getting good loan rates or being approved for loans. So how can you protect yourself? Be aware of what's on your credit report by checking your credit report at least once a year. So according to Forbes.com, Annualcreditreport.com is the only real website that gives you free credit reports. And I have experience with this because, like I said, I've been involved in credit education for quite some time. And this annualcreditreport.com was created through the Federal Credit Reporting Act, which entitles you one free credit report from the three major agencies once a year. Those agencies are Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Other sites may offer a free credit report, but they require you to put in a credit card number, and if you don't cancel within the introductory period, then you get charged. So what do you do if you find an error on your credit report? You need to submit a dispute form and to the agency reporting that error. Now, consumer.ftc.gov has a great example of a dispute letter. You also need to include proof that supports the error. So going back to the example of the car loan that was paid off, if you have a statement or a receipt showing that, you would send in your dispute letter along with that proof. And then the reporting agency has 30 days to get back to you and respond to that dispute and correct it. So in conclusion, being aware of the information on your credit report, again, could mean the difference between getting that job that you really want, getting that car you really want, even having your identity stolen, which can cause so many issues for you that are unneeded. Credit reports have the credit history, your bill payment history, how much available credit you have, any collections, judgments, bankruptcies, things like that. In 2013, 15 million people reported errors on their credit reports, and while 13 million people in 2013 reported identity theft, which shows there is a need for you to be proactive and diligent about your credit report. You want to remember, annualcreditreport.com is the website that you need to go to get your 3 free credit reports. And I urge you to check your credit reports today so that you don't become another statistic. Thank you.